I'm Dr. Football, and I know everything there is to know about the Super Bowl and football. Right now you're thinking one of two things. Did this guy really just make the sound effects for the beginning trailers? And why is he wearing orange glasses on his face? Well, I need these glasses to see, number one, and two, I'm not going to answer the first question. Anyway, the Super Bowl affects the economy in all of three ways. Marketing, local economy, and creates jobs. In this short film, we'll discuss all three. The first part is marketing. Marketing is also the biggest part of our video. Companies find that the biggest time to advertise a certain product or their product is during the Super Bowl. Why? Because the audience is so large. On average, over 100 million people will be watching the Super Bowl. And not only that, but some 90 million people will be watching it from a TV or at someone's house. Thus giving companies the big idea that they should advertise on the Super Bowl. Now knowing this, NBC, CBS, and all the big television companies who host the Super Bowl found that a company that wants to advertise should pay a lot of money. And this is the only time of the year where companies will spend millions and millions of dollars on 30-second advertisements. As you can see by our graphs, the Super Bowl audience has advanced from under 30 million people to over and almost to 100 million people. Now, the price for an advertisement has also increased as well, going from $1.4 million in 1999 and to $2.4 million in 2005. Roughly, in 2009, the average cost for an advertisement was over $3 million. Most of these companies, looking at our graph right here, are from the network itself. Obviously, if the network is hosting the game, they want to be well broadcasted. People need to know who they're watching. The second biggest is food and drink. Things like Tostitos, Doritos, Mountain Dew, all those spend loads of money because they know that if a person sees their advertisement and likes it, they're more willing to go out and buy their product. Also, the factor is a laugh factor. Companies will also use funny clips to attract customers. The third largest is more than actually internets. Sites like GoDaddy, Google, like Apple.com will all advertise to get more people to go to their websites. And another one, biggest, is beer. I don't know, I guess people just like to drink beer and watch football. Anyways, seeing this, companies will pay millions of dollars to get their product out there during the Super Bowl because more fans watch, thus increasing the economy as more people go out and buy products after the Super Bowl. Here's an example of advertising. Advertising is a lot like this. You're now wondering, did that guy with the goofy glasses just take his underwear out without taking his shorts off? Or you're wondering, why am I watching this? The answer is very simple, because I advertise. Now, if this were a Gatorade commercial, some people, crazy as can be, would think, hey, I want to do that too. So I'm going to go buy Gatorade, or I'm going to go rip my pants off through my shorts. Now, I wouldn't advise doing this because it's very painful and well, it's just weird. But, you know, it's all for the cause. Another part of advertising is in-the-game advertising. When you see a player wearing Nike apparel, it's not just because he likes the apparel and it's comfortable. It's because he's getting paid to wear it. It's also because he's getting paid by sponsors so that he will wear it during the Super Bowl. Under Armour, Gatorade, Motorola all have things inside the game that you see during the game that make you want to go out and buy stuff. Now, this isn't saying that everybody's going to go out and buy stuff, but a portion of people who see things that the top athletes are wearing are going to go out and purchase them. Also, NFL gear, which also has increased sales in 25% over the last year by marketing to teens and athletes around the world, gives the teams free gear for them to wear during the games and outside of the games. This is also a big part of how advertising increases. Another thing that's almost famous for is when you see a player like Drew Brees. After the game, after Super Bowl 44, he was asked, "What are you going to do now?" And of course the response is, "Well, I'm going to Disneyland." And actually, the increase in people that go to Disneyland after the Super Bowl is almost 35%. That's a lot of people in a lot of place looking to find Mickey Mouse. And he's a hard guy to find. So I've been there, and trust me, he's hard to find. The next thing that benefits the economy is actually the increase in the local economy. In the past, cities have built stadiums so that they will host a Super Bowl. The NFL has told teams that if they were to build bigger stadiums to house more people, that they would be able to house the Super Bowl. This obviously is a big deal and will make them a lot of money. Over 22 teams in the NFL have done so. Another big thing is an increase in sales. Obviously, when there's this many people coming to town, the Super Bowl will actually hold almost 100,000 people, if not more, there's going to be an increase in sales. And actually an average of $300 million in increase in sales. In Super Bowl 33 in Miami, there was an increase of over 290 million taxable sales. That's a whole lot of cheese. The next thing that will increase is all the businesses. Businesses like hotels, restaurants, airports, banks, apparel shops, bars. People will actually go to the game, and afterwards they'll go out and shop. They'll go out and party. And obviously all the bars and all the hotels are going to make a lot of money, especially off of families. Families of 4 or more will obviously come into town. They'll get a lot of hotel rooms, seats on the plane. They'll be spending a lot of money. And actually, an average of a family will spend over $400 a day when they go to the Super Bowl. This, again, is a whole lot of cheese. Next, we're going to talk about the amount of jobs that it creates. At this point in our video, you're probably still thinking, why is he wearing those funky glasses? And the reason is, well, I really don't know. And number 2 is because I need them to see. Yes, I know they're funky and they're weird, but it's how I get along. The last part of our video is about job creations. All the jobs that are created for the Super Bowl to occur. On the ground, in the stadium for the Super Bowl, over 50 jobs are created, thus being security, people that are selling, or vendors, and roughly in the city, over 2,000 more jobs are created. This being restaurants, at shops, at airports, and mostly at tourist attractions. Another big thing is security. More police are on staff for that 48 hours before, during, and after the Super Bowl in Dallas, Texas for the Super Bowl than there are going to be at any time in the year. Also, not to mention, ticket scalpers. People who are going to stand outside the game and sell their tickets. Now, that being, you don't really know what you're getting, like the tickets that I got, and I was pissed at them because they sold me bad tickets and I didn't know. And the biggest part being the halftime show. Bands were known to perform, like the Black Eyed Peas are going to perform this year, the Rolling Stones have performed, Michael Jackson, rest in peace. And different big acts like that attract a lot of viewers. In fact, some people only watch the Super Bowl for the halftime show because they think it is so cool. This creates better sales for those bands and also more enjoyment for people viewing the show. I hope our video was very informative and it taught you a lot about how the Super Bowl affects our economy. Helps out marketing and advertising, increases local economy, and creates jobs. With all those big 3, you can't go wrong. I'm Dr. Football signing off and saying thanks for watching. And Kenji, did you fart?
Maybe.
Good Lord, it's potent. It stings the Lord, what did you eat? What? Lord Almighty.